Okay, good day everyone and welcome to our science class. So let us learn science with Sir Chris. Okay, so in the last video, so napag-aralan natin doon yung tinatawag nating suspension. So kung ano ba ang mga different characteristics of a suspension. So as a review, you are going to identify if the following pictures are suspensions or not. So magpapakita po ako ng mga larawan at sabihin lamang kung ito ay suspension or not. Okay. First picture. Suspension or not? Okay, very good. So suspension. Next, suspension or not? Okay, so it is not a suspension. Number 3. Okay, not a suspension. Number 4, suspension. And last one is also a suspension. Very good. Okay, so for today, children, so we're going to study about colloids. So ano ba yung tinatawag na colloids? So at the end of the lesson, so kailangan ma-describe ninyo ang mga characteristics and uses of simple colloids. Okay, but before that, so alamin muna natin ang meaning ng mga words na ito. So number 1 is dispersed. So pag sinabing dispersed, so distribute or spread over a wide area or scatter. Next, exhibit, to show or reveal something. Transparent, crystal clear. Naked eye, so eyesight unaided by equipment such as telescope or microscope. Visible, able to be seen or easily seen. Scatters, separate wildly. Okay, so to understand more about colloids, para mapag-aralan talaga natin, maintindihan natin kung ano yung tinatawag na colloids. So sabi nga, it's science experiment time. So but before that, so alamin ulit natin, balikan natin yung mga rules to follow during science activity. So number 1, so pag may sinabi si teacher kung ano yung mga materials, so prepare all the materials needed. Listen carefully and follow all the directions given by your teacher. Do not taste the substances unless you are told to do so. Ask assistance from your parents or older siblings if it is necessary. Be careful when handling breakable or flammable or hot objects. And clean your workplace after performing the activity. Okay, so tayo na ngayon ay nasa activity number 5. So the title of the activity is color. So what are the materials needed for this activity? So we need salt or sugar, powdered milk, 3 transparent glasses, sand or soil, pen light, tap water. Okay, so yan ang mga kailangan natin. So, pwede salt or sugar kung anong available sa bahay, powdered milk, 3 transparent glasses, ayan, spoon, sand or soil, pen light, yung maliit lang na flashlight, and of course, water. Procedures. So, for activity 1 natin, or the first activity, so preparation of suspension. So magpre-prepare po tayo ng suspension. So procedure, prepare 1 glass of water, add a teaspoon of solid or of soil or sand and stir it. Then set aside the mixture, let it stand and do not disturb the mixture. Let the particles sink at the bottom of the glass. So, yan lang ang gagawin natin. After natin mahalo So, itabi natin siya. So, hayaan daw natin yung mga particles to sink at the bottom of the glass. Okay, so activity 2 tayo. So, preparation of colloid. So, magpe-prepare po tayo ng mixture na tinatawag na colloid. So, procedure number 1, stir 1/2 teaspoon of milk in a glass of water. Then, pour a small amount of the mixture into another glass. So, just enough to make the water cloudy. Yan. Just enough to make the water cloudy. So, ilagay natin konti lang dun sa kabilang baso. So, of course, lalagyan din natin ng water. Next, after that, so set aside the mixture. Okay, so hindi ko na yan siya sabi pour nga daw, pero nilagay ko na lang kasi baka mabuhos sa table. Okay, so just enough to make the water cloudy. And after that, set aside natin yung mixture. Okay, next activity, preparation of solution. So prepare 1 glass of water, add a teaspoon of salt, or sabi ko nga, pwede sugar, stir the mixture until all the salt or sugar particles dissolve. Then set aside the mixture. So pag natunaw na lahat ng particles ng salt or ng sugar, so iset aside natin yung mixture. Kasi gagawin natin yung pang-apat na activity. So next activity is the Tangle Effect test. Okay, so anong gagawin natin? So in a dark room, direct a beam of light from a pen light onto each glass. Okay, so yan, iilawan natin lahat ng ating mga mixture. Then, procedure number 2, look at the ray of light focused at the right angle. Yan, titingnan daw natin yung ray or sinag ng liwanag. To the mixture. So the mixture that scatters light is said to exhibit the Tyndall effect. Okay. So based dun sa video, ano ba dun ang nakikitaan ninyo ng may Tyndall effect or may rays of light? Okay. So ayan. So ito yung mga pictures. So the pictures show us the Tyndall effect test. So pag sinabi nating Tyndall effect, so yung parang mayroon siyang ray of light na dumadaan doon sa mixture. So pag tiningnan natin, so anong mixture ang mayroong Tyndall effect? Okay, so later malalaman natin or mas malalaman natin kung ano yung tinatawag nating Tyndall effect. Okay, so observe natin yung ating mixture. Yan. Okay, so based dun sa ginawa nating activity, so let us answer the following questions. So number 1, compare the colors of the mixture. So mixture 1, so ano ba ang kulay niya? Suspension. Ito yung suspension natin. So paano natin nalaman na suspension? Because some of the particles ay nasa or sunk at the bottom of the glass. Okay, next we have solution of salt or sugar. So, depende kung anong ginamit ninyo. And 3 is the mixture of or tinatawag nating colloid. Yan, mixture. 3 is colloid. Yan. So, anong mga kulay nila? So, transparent, translucent, opaque. Okay, next, which of the 3 mixtures is or are homogeneous? So, saan kaya dito ang homogeneous? Mixture 1, 2, or 3? Suspension, solution, or colloid? Okay, so saan daw dyan ang homogeneous? Next, number 3, which of the three mixtures is or are heterogeneous? O saan naman daw dito ang heterogeneous? Which is clear and transparent or no particles are observed. So saan daw dyan ang clear, tapos transparent, or transparent and no particles are observed. So yung 1 ba, 2, or 3? Next, which has fine particles that do not settle? Are these particles visible to the naked eye? So saan daw dyan ang may mga fine particles or pinong particles na hindi nagsisettle down? At ito bang mga particles na to visible or nakikita ng ating naked eye? So when we say naked eye, so yung mata nyo lang without telescope, without microscope, or any instrument na ginagamit natin. Okay, so saan diyan ang may mga fine particles na hindi nagsisettle? At ang tanong, ito bang mga fine particles na to nakikita ng ating mga mata? Okay, so kayo na yung magsagot niyan based doon sa activity na ginawa natin or doon sa video na pinanood ninyo or based dito sa picture na to. Okay? Okay, number 6. So which mixture has big particles that tend to settle at the bottom of the container? So saan daw dito yung may mga big particles then nagsisettle at the bottom of the container? So parang obvious naman dito sa ating picture. Ano? Number 7. Which mixtures exhibit rays that scattered when a beam of light is passed through it? Yan. So makikita natin diyan kung anong mga mixtures ang nag-exhibit ng rays of or rays that scattered when a beam of light is passed through it. Yan. Saan daw dyan ang may rays of light na makikita? So, what kind of test is applied to the mixture? So, later on, malalaman natin yan. So, basahin lang muna natin ang questions and then balikan natin yan mamaya. Then, what is Tangle Effect? And so, how can we tell if the mixture is a colloid? Then, why? Okay, so paano? So, based dun sa activity na ginawa natin daw, paano daw natin masasabi na ang mixture ay colloid? Bakit daw sinasabi natin colloid yon? So, ano ba yung mga characteristics ng colloid? So, yun ang pag-aaralan natin. Okay? So, a colloid daw is a substance microscopically dispersed throughout another substance. So, pag sinabi nating microscopically, so ibig sabihin napakaliit yan. Napakaliit. Okay? Dispersed, spread out, or distributed throughout another substance. So, the word colloid comes from a Greek word kolla, which means glue. Thus, colloidal particles are glue-like substances. Okay. So, a colloid is a heterogeneous mixture. So, tandaan is a heterogeneous mixture whose particle size is intermediate between those of a solution and a suspension. So, it has two or more components called the dispersing medium and a dispersed phase. So, like the solution, so ang solution ay may solvent and solute. So, ang colloid naman ay meron din siyang tinatawag na dispersing medium and a dispersed phase. Yan. So, parang kung sa solution titingnan natin, ang mga tinatawag nating dispersed phase ay yung mga solute. At yung pag sinabi nating dispersion o dispersing medium, ito yung mga solvent. Okay, pero ang tawag sa colloid or pag mga colloidal mixture, ang tawag ay dispersed phase and dispersing or dispersion medium. So pag sinabi nating dispersing medium of a colloid, so the dispersing medium of a colloid is a substance present in the largest amount. So, siya yung pinakamadami. So, it is analogous or similar to the solvent of a solution. So, ang dispersing medium ay yun ang pinakamarami sa part ng colloid. So, kapareho siya ng solvent of a solution. Next, ang dispersed phase naman of a colloid is the substance present in a smaller amount than the dispersing medium. So, mas konti siya compared sa dispersing or dispersion medium. So, it is analogous or similar to the solute of a solution. So, kung i-compare natin sa solution, ang dispersed phase of a colloid ay parang solute ng solution. Yan. So, pag sinabing dispersed phase, based dyan sa picture natin, yan. So, konti lang siya. Pero pag sinabing dispersion or dispersing medium, so siya yung pinakamarami. So, para siyang solvent, while dispersed phase ay parang solute. Okay, so in order for us to distinguish kung ang mixture ba ay solution, suspension, or colloids, so i-compare natin silang tatlo. Okay, so property, solution, colloid, suspension. So property, particle size. So ang mga particle size. So ang solution daw, tandaan natin, is less than 1 nanometer. So pag sinabing nano, napakaliit na sukat na yan. Okay, ang colloid naman is between 1 to 100 nanometer. Suspension, more than 100 nanometer. So kung i-compare natin, suspension has the largest particles compared to colloid and solution. So while solution naman has the smallest particles between the or among the three. Okay, next, appearance. Clear. Solution is clear. Colloid is cloudy. Suspension, cloudy. Next, homogeneity. So, solution is a homogeneous mixture. Colloid is a heterogeneous mixture. Suspension, heterogeneous mixture. Next, transparency. So, ang solution, transparent but often colored. Colloid, often translucent and opaque but can be transparent. So, may mga colloid din na transparent. And suspension, often opaque but can be translucent. Next, separation. So, does not separate. So, ang mga particles ng solution, hindi yan nagse-separate. Colloid does not also separate, while suspension separate or settle. Next, filterability. So, solution passes through filter paper. So, ang solution, ang particles niya, dahil sobrang liit, so kahit salain natin yan gamit ang filter paper, lumulusot pa rin yan. Next, colloid. So, passes through filter paper. So, depende kung ang kanyang particles ay maliit. Kasi nga, ang sabi nga natin is 1 or between 1 to 100 nanometer. So, kung masyado ring malaki yung particle size ng colloid, hindi na rin siya papasok sa or lulusot sa filter paper. And in suspension, so, particles do not pass through filter paper. So, pag sinala natin ang suspension gamit ang filter paper, ang kanyang mga particles ay hindi lulusot doon. Okay? So, lagi nating tandaan ang mga properties ng bawat mixture para madali nating ma-distinguish kung siya ba ay solution, siya ba ay colloid, and suspension. Yan. So, ang size. So, when we are going to compare the size of the three, solution, colloids, and suspension, so makikita natin ang napakalaking mga particles ay nasa suspension. So, ang pinakamaliit naman ay solution. So, ang colloid, ang size ng colloid ay in between solution and suspension. Okay, so what are the unique characteristics or properties of colloids? So, when we say unique, so natatanging katangian ng colloids. So, ibig sabihin, siya lang ang mayroong katangian na ganon. So, one is the Tangle Effect. So, also called the Tangle phenomenon, or the scattering of a beam of light by a medium containing small suspended particles. For example, smoke or dust in a room which makes visible a light beam entering a window. So the effect is named for the 19th century British physicist John Tyndall, who first studied it extensively. Yan, ito si John Tyndall. So, siya yung nag-aral tungkol sa tinatawag nating Tyndall Effect. So, yan. So, pag inilawan daw natin yung mga mixtures, so makakakita tayo ng tinatawag na Tyndall Effect or the scattering of a beam of light. So, based dito sa activity natin, so anong mixture, suspension ba, colloid ba, or solution ba ang mayroong Tyndall Effect? Okay, so pag nakita natin, so meron ding Tyndall effect ang suspension, di ba? Meron tayong nakikita, yan, no? Okay, ganun din ang colloid. And then, pero sa solution, wala tayong makikitang Tyndall effect. Okay, so suspension and colloid. But ano ang nagkukos ng Tyndall effect? Yun ay ang mga suspended solid particles sa liquid. Yan, kasi may mga nakalutang-lutang dito ng mga particles sa liquid or sa mixture natin. But because ang ating suspension nga ay malalaki ang kanilang mga particles, so ang tendency niyan is to settle down at the bottom. So pag lahat na ng ating or lahat na ng mga particles or solid particles of a suspension ay nasa baba na, so hindi na siya magpapakita ng tinatawag nating Tyndall effect. Pero ang colloids, ang kanyang mga particles ay hindi po nagsisettle down. So nanatili yang nakalutang sa mixture. Kaya nga ang colloid always show Tyndall effect or always exhibit Tyndall effect. So ang solution naman, dahil napakaliit ng kanyang mga particles, so wala kang particles na makikita na nakalutang or suspended doon sa mixture, kaya wala tayong makikitang tinatawag na Tyndall effect. Okay, so ang Tyndall effect suspension, panandalian lang yan. Once na nag-settle down na yung mga particles, wala nang Tyndall effect. Pero sa colloid, yan, so lagi yung makikitaan natin ng Tyndall effect kasi ang kanyang mga particles ay hindi nagse-settle down. Okay, pero ang solution, ulitin ko, wala po siyang Tyndall effect. Okay, another unique characteristic is the Brownian movement. So, Brownian movement. So, the random movement of the microscopic particles suspended in a liquid or gas caused by the collisions or banggaan between these particles and the molecules of the liquid or gas. So, this movement is named for its identifier, Scottish botanist Robert Brown. Okay, so pinanganak siya 1773, so namatay siya 1858. So ito si Robert Brown. Kaya pinangalan sa kanya ang Brownian Movement. So ganun sa science, pag may na-discover ka, pinapangalan sa iyo. Mostly pinapangalan sa iyo. Okay, so ito yung tinatawag nating Brownian Movement. So ito Tyndall effect din ito. So pero pag nakikita kayo niyan sa bintana ninyo, so di ba makikita ninyo na kung paano gumalaw ang mga particles ng dust. So, di ba? So, nagbabanggaan yan sila. So, ang tawag yan, tinawag yan ng mga scientists na Brownian movement. Kasi na-discover yan ni Robert Brown. Okay. So, yan ang tinatawag nating Brownian movement. So, collision between the particles. So, pinag collision, nagbabanggaan ang mga particles ng colloids. Okay. So balikan natin yung question number 6 to 10 kanina. So which mixtures has big particles that tends to settle at the bottom? So nakikita naman dito sa picture. Then which mixture exhibits rays that scattered when a beam of light is passed through it? Yan, na-explain ko na yan kanina. So anong mixtures daw? So pwede natin makita dito sa suspension. So mayroon siyang beam of light or rays that scattered. Yan. Tapos, ganoon din sa colloid. Pero dito sa suspension, wala. Next, what kind of test is applied to the mixture? So, ano nga yung tawag natin dun sa test? So, yung iniilawan natin, ano yung tawag doon? So, it's the Tyndall effect test. Yan. So, tinest natin kung saan ba ditong mixture ang merong Tyndall effect. So, what is Tyndall effect? So, ano yung tinatawag na Tyndall effect? So, na-explain ko na yung kanina. And, how can we tell if a mixture is a colloid? So, paano natin masasabi na ang mixture ay colloid? Okay, and why? Okay, so here are some examples of colloids and their uses. So for example, shampoo. So anong saan natin ginagamit ang shampoo? So to remove dirt and oil from the surface of the hair, fibers, and the scalp. So di ba pag naliligo tayo, we are using shampoo. Next, lotion. Maintain skin hydration or to moisturize our skin. Next, dishwashing liquid. Removing food from used dishes and tablewares, cleaning purposes. Butter. So it is used as food additives and it is used for cooking. Next, insecticides. So for controlling or help or killing harmful insects. Yan ang mga gamit ng iba't ibang mga colloids sa bahay natin. Next, hair gel. So for styling your hair. Ketchup. So condiments that enhances food flavor. Glue. Binds materials like cloth or paper. Ointment for application on the skin. Paste to attach a picture on the paper. So read the statement, then write yes if it is correct and no if it is incorrect. So number 1, yes or no. Colloids are homogeneous mixtures. Number 2, light cannot pass through colloidal particles. Number 3, the components of a colloid do not settle at the bottom. Number 4, colloid particles are bigger than suspension particles. And number 5, colloid particles are larger than solution particles. Okay, so let us check your answer. Okay, so let us check your answers. So number 1, no. 2, no. 3, 4, 5, yes. Okay, so if you got 4 and 5, congratulations. Okay, so hanggang dyan lang muna. So I hope may natutunan sa ating leksyon ngayon. And please don't forget na isubscribe ang aking YouTube channel. So para ma-motivate para ako na gumawa pa tayo ng maraming video para kayo ay matuto. Okay, so bye-bye! Zile zile, zile zile, yo alerg, mile mile, mile mile pe mai